Hello, it's Robert here. I wanted to share something. I watched a movie this week, The Sound of Freedom. God's Children Are Not for Sale. It was a very powerful movie, heart-wrenching, really, and many different ways I had to really integrate and digest that movie. But there were a couple of things I wanted to share. The first one is there's this immutable law in the universe of correspondence and in Vedic traditions we call that karma. And what it really says is that everything we do, everything we speak, everything we think is emitted, it's transmitted into this universe, and it will come back to us because it corresponds with the universe. It lives in for eternity. Actually, frequency never leaves this universe. It's here forever. And the reconciliation part is there's such a thing as karmic debts and karmic credits as well. And this is not a concept of sin or any of those religious terms. This is just that what has to go out must come back. And so really what we forget oftentimes when you look at humanity is that demand creates supply. Why do we have all these criminal gangs and cartels and drugs? Why do we have wars? Why do we have all these various things? Why do we have human trafficking? Well, it's demand creates supply. And so, yeah, those that are participating in the supply are the obvious perpetrators. But really, what's behind it is demand. So when you snort a line of coke in New York, you have the blood and the streets of Mexico in your nose. When you buy that cheap Shinji shit from China, you have the child labor in those factories, and you're participating in that. And when you're a John and you got some perversions, or maybe you just like going to a strip club, or you just like going to a brothel or something like that, well, many of those women are trafficked. I mean, those women come from foster families, from desperate homes. I don't know one 5-year-old girl that dreams to be pole dancing, or that dreams to be a porn actress, or that dreams to be any of those things. And so, where we might not be able to individually reconcile this entire world, we can definitely reconcile our own life and just look a little bit beyond, what we do. What demand am I that creates a supply that I don't really like, that I don't want to see in this world? And this was really the most painful thing to watch in this movie, in that, there's more slave trade today worldwide than there ever was during the slavery periods. Now, that's madness. That's absolutely crazy. And it's demand that creates supply. So, just something to look at, something to think about. This is really where, if we want to clean up this world, we got to clean up our own little world first and see what we are participating in, maybe unconsciously. Maybe we just never thought about it. But this is really where it starts. It starts in our own lives. And I don't have an innocent past. I was once a swashbuckling guy taking his business clients to strip clubs in Bogota. I wouldn't do that today. I have a different view on life. And so I've reconciled that part of my life. I'm at peace with it. It was what it was. It was ugly. But we can move on and we can change. And so we can look at each in our own lives and say, where can I clean things up a little bit? And not be the supply that creates this, or not be the demand that creates this supply. And of course, if you're on the supply side, if you're a brilliant engineer making fighter drones, your work product is killing people in Syria and other parts of the country. You don't even know where it's used for. Is that really the best way you can use your engineering prowess. You know, if you're a banker and you're financing all kinds of shady stuff, you know what's going on. I was in that world once. I knew. And I didn't act on it. But at one point I woke up and I said, I don't want to be part of this anymore. And we all have a choice. We can all look at our lives and say, you know, what am I part of? What am I creating? Because everything has to be reconciled in this universe. It will all come back to you. You're going to have to reconcile it somehow, somewhere. And the universe has infinitely intelligent ways of doing that. Not talking about swift justice and you need to go to jail now. No, no, no. This stuff just comes back until we clean it up. So humanity has a lot of cleaning up to do. Go see this movie. It's really heart-wrenching. It'll open your eyes. And it'll make you think about a lot of things. And hopefully you'll take away from this movie this introspective perspective. You know, where can I clean up my life? Where am I participating? Where am I creating supply? Because that's really where it all starts. You want to solve all these problems? You got to get to the cause, which is demand. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was a helpful perspective. Have a beautiful day. It is a beautiful world, but we can still make it a lot more beautiful than it is today. Love and truth.